people we have to compromise. So in this situation, he seemed like a decent guy. He's done some great things over there. Process was not followed. We're not going to worry about that now. It's passé. So I'm in support of it, and let's move forward. Thank you.
Call the roll, clerk, please.
Okay, Councilor Martin?
Yay.
Councilor Thomas?
Yay.
Councilor Graham?
Yay.
Council Vice President King?
Abstain.
And Council President.
Yay.
Resolution 1916 has passed. Resolution 2016, a resolution authorizing the mayor to sell 2 inoperable public service department vehicles through competitive bidding to individuals and dealers for the public welfare and safety. It's requested by the service department and sponsored by President Thomas J.
First reading.
Where was this in a committee or where was it? We haven't discussed it in a committee, but you're going to bring it up on first reading?
To be fair, and I know Barbara has a floor, and I discussed this with you in the office.
Technically, we're supposed to have motions for discussion because of the way that it's not.
Okay, well, can we move to have brief discussion on it, because we're not going to solve it tonight. I move that we have brief discussion on 2016. Okay, all right. Now, what I said to you, Council President, you can confirm, is that too much is not going through committee. Okay, we're basically in the summer. We got a lot of flexibility in the summer. We're not meeting twice a month like we do. We don't meet twice a month in July. We don't meet twice a month in August. And I stated, from the standpoint of wisdom, the fair thing is that this stuff goes to the committee. This stuff should go through committee so it can be tweaked, all of it. So I don't want to be redundant and have to say it again, but when I got the stuff earlier today, I went through, spent an hour looking through it, reading all of it real comprehensively. And I made notes about why come this has not gone through committee. Okay, then the first read, and once it goes through committee, it cuts down on a whole lot of dialogue. If it goes through, that's how the process is supposed to work. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. So that's all I'm saying. Not to make any negative, but this stuff should go through committee. I had questions about advertisement and all that kind of stuff. All that could be worked out in committee, and then we can move on. We don't have to discuss it here. Okay?
Mr. Chair, I don't understand, and maybe I'm seeming difficult, but I don't understand why it is so difficult for us to follow procedures. The first thing you said to us when back when is I'm going to make sure that we follow policy and procedures. It started out with the residents. They didn't follow procedure. We had to have police in here, which they were already going to come in, to deal with belligerent or disruptive residents. And that's because it's following policy and procedure. But when it comes down to a simple thing, like having your resolution in committee, discuss it, and approve it, and send it on down the way, it seems to be difficult. And this is not a process of putting things on a first reading, then go to a second reading and approve it and say it's over and done with. You know, if you come here for the council meeting, there's things that we have to discuss. We might be here a while. It's hot in the summer, and I don't like being here for a while, but this is my job. And my job, regardless of what people think or how people feel, I'm going to continue to do my job. And my job is to make sure that we follow the rules and regulations. I haven't heard anybody say that it's wrong or anything of that nature. So I'm just saying we need to start to follow the policy.
Comment. Just to ask a question, or maybe ask the law director. Every resolution that comes through or ordinance that comes in as a first read, is it automatically have to be in committee? I just want to know if that's a rule. Okay, thank you. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Any other questions? Resolution.
So we're going to be passing, you asked me another question. So we're going to be passing everything that we have not seen before on a first reading, and on second reading, it's done, boom,
How
bam,
is it done in
bam.
second reading? We got to vote on the second reading.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying you're putting it on first.
If it doesn't answer your question in the second reading, don't vote.
That's right.
Right.
My suggestion is Council President, is the smart thing would be is to have it in committee. Okay, that way you eliminate all
You
this.
just said we're going on summer break.
Yeah, but I recognize what she said. We're just not going to summer break. This has been going on for a little while. We get the first reading. We haven't had it in committee. It's your responsibility as the president to try to follow the process. Sometimes you can't follow the process, but to have. I heard what she said, but the fair thing to be to have it discussed in committee. I mean, is that difficult?
Yes.
Is it difficult?
Okay.
To just share with the body, Mr. President. Council always has the option of putting something in committee. There is no process that says something must go to committee. There's no process that even says it should go to committee. There's a committee structure. Council operates by the rules of council and parliamentary procedure, Robert's Rules of Order. Council acts as a body, speaks as a body. In order to put something in committee, there must be a motion made by a member of council, a motion seconded by a member of council, and a vote of the body. To put that responsibility for a process that doesn't exist, there is no process that exists to require things or even suggest things that go to the committee. It's at council's discretion with each and every piece of legislation to treat it with council as a body desires. Mr. President, just really as a former council president myself, there are a lot of rules that do exist, and then there are some rules that people think exist, but they really don't. This is a set of rules. There is no process that requires or even suggests that things like this go to the committee. Again, it's up to council, and council is.
Mr. Chair,
Thank you.
with his expertise and his being a president at one time, I have to respect all of that. But if you follow past practice, I don't care what it is, you go through committees and you deal with it and you speak about it. Yes, I can say, let's put it in committee. But if you don't have the votes, you don't do it. And so I'm not going to do it because I know I don't have the votes to put it in committee. All we had to do was say, okay, we had discussion, let's deal with past practice. Past practice had to put your stuff in committee. We discuss it and we go forward. And you know, it bothers me that when you ask the mayor a question that's pertinent for 17,000 people, he can't respond. He don't talk. But that's it. But when it's talking about a small things, like putting something in a committee, he got all kinds of lucrative words that he can use because he was this and he was that, and he's done a piss poor job at being a mayor. And thank you. I'm through.
You know, one thing that I don't want to do is start making this bad thing. One on one another.
Oh, no, we're not.
Yeah.
I just spoke my opinion, and my opinion is my own. Everybody know how to agree with me.
I asked you to do.
Okay, I will. I do.